Okay, so you know how some buildings kind of just grab everyone's attention?
Yeah, like landmarks, I guess.
Yeah, landmarks, but even more than that. Like, they make people talk and wonder. And Antilia, Mukesh Ambani's house in Mumbai, is definitely one of those.
I mean, I get it. It's just a house.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah, when you hear it's like $1 or $2 billion.
Yeah, the most expensive house on the entire planet.
You got to think there's more going on there. It's not just like a regular house. It's got to be a whole different thing, right?
Right. And then you've got Mukesh Ambani himself. The guy's the chairman of Reliance Industries, so he's not just any rich person. We're talking global business figure.
And where's this house even located?
Altamount Road.
Never heard of it.
Well, it's in South Mumbai, and let me tell you, Altamount Road is like super famous. It always gets ranked as one of the most expensive places for real estate anywhere in the world.
So the land itself is worth a fortune?
Exactly. Just the location tells you this is a whole other level of value.
Okay, so how big is this place?
We're talking over 400,000 square feet.
I'm sorry, what?
Seriously. And get this, 27 floors.
27 floors for one house. That's more than most office buildings.
Right, but there's more.
There's more.
Apparently, the ceilings are so high in this place that some people have said it's like the same height as a building with over 40 normal-size floors.
A skyscraper for one family. That's insane. So just how did they even come up with the design for something like this?
So it's actually pretty interesting. They use this traditional Indian architectural system called Vastu Shastra.
Vastu what?
Vastu Shastra. It's all about balancing energies to create harmony in the building, like where you place things and how the space flows.
Like feng shui?
Kind of, yeah. And on top of that, they had this firm from Chicago, Perkins and Will, who did the actual design. And the construction was handled by an Australian company, Leighton Holdings.
So like a whole global team to build this thing.
Exactly. But there's this other interesting thing, the name Antilia.
Like the workout clothes.
No. Apparently it comes from this mythical island in the Atlantic Ocean. A place from legends, you know.
Okay, so it's named after a legendary island. That makes sense.
Right. It gives it this feeling of being almost otherworldly. And that's kind of what we want to get into today. Let's go deeper than just the crazy numbers.
So what's actually inside Antilia? And why are people all over the world so fascinated by this place?
Big questions, right? And there's so much to cover, so where should we even begin?
Well, there's got to be a logical place to start. How about the bottom? Like the foundation?
Great idea. Let's head to the first 6 floors of Antilia. And you're not going to believe this.
Well, knowing this house is probably pretty wild.
It's essentially a giant parking garage. Just imagine, it can hold 168 cars.
168 cars.
That's not a typo. 168.
Does he even drive that many cars? That's like a small dealership.
I mean, who knows, right? But think about the kinds of cars we're talking about. These are the top luxury brands.
Like what? Ferraris?
Ferraris for sure, but also Rolls Royces.
Oh, wow. Like those super fancy ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Bentleys, Maybachs, all those high-end cars that you only see in magazines.
Okay, but honestly, 168 cars. It's got to be more than just parking, right?
You're so right. Here's where it gets really crazy. There's a private car service station inside the building on those first 6 floors.
Wait, like a mechanic shop?
Yeah.
In his house?
Yeah, a whole dedicated team just to keep all those cars running perfectly.
That's like next level car care. No more waiting at the dealership.
Exactly. It's all about being self-contained in this house. Everything you need is right there. So ready to move up a floor.
Let's do it. What's on floor number 7?
This is where you enter the house. Floor 7 is the lobby.
Okay, but I bet it's not just a door and a welcome mat.
Oh, it's so much more than that. Imagine a huge reception area. And get this, there are 9 high-speed elevators.
9 elevators. So like I'm imagining a hotel lobby now.
Pretty close, yeah. But here's the thing. Each elevator is for a different group of people. You've got elevators just for the family, others for guests, and then separate ones for the staff.
They thought of everything.
Right. And of course, we're talking super fancy materials everywhere. Marble, crystal, rare woods, the kind of stuff that costs a fortune.
Yeah, you walk into that lobby and you know you're somewhere special.
Exactly. So now let's head up to the 8th and 9th floors. And this is where it gets really fun.
Fun? What's up there?
The ballroom.
A ballroom. In a house.
Yeah, and not just any ballroom. This thing takes up 2 whole floors. Imagine it. Huge crystal chandeliers, walls covered in silver.
Okay, now this is getting ridiculous.
I know, right? And they've got this top-of-the-line audiovisual system, like something you'd see in a concert hall. Seriously. People say it's one of the most luxurious private ballrooms in the world.
So if you're throwing a party.
This is the place to do it. Oh, and I almost forgot the best part. There's a retractable stage.
A retractable stage, like it comes up from the floor.
Yeah. I can only imagine what kind of events they have in there.
That's wild. Okay, so we've seen the party area. What's next?
Let's go up to the 10th floor and beyond. And this part is pretty interesting. It's all about well-being.
Well-being? You mean like a gym?
Yeah, they have a gym, but it's way more than that. It's like a whole spa and wellness level.
Massages and facials.
All that, for sure. But also studios for yoga, aerobics, even dance. Basically, if you want to be healthy and relaxed, they've got you covered.
So, like a full-service spa. I bet they have a pool, too.
Of course. They've got an indoor swimming pool and a jacuzzi. But here's something really unusual. They have what they call an ice room.
An ice room? What's that?
Apparently, it's a room that actually makes snow. Can you imagine that?
Snow in Mumbai.
Yeah.
But it's like always hot there.
I know, right? It's so bizarre. I wonder what it's for. Maybe just to cool down on a really hot day.
That's one way to beat the heat. Okay, so what else is there?
Well, around the 11th floor, there's another really cool feature, a home theater.
Every mansion has a home theater. What's so special about this one?
Okay, but this is not your average home theater. It's got 50 seats.
50. Is that a typo?
Nope. 50 seats, full Dolby surround sound, super comfy chairs. It's basically a private cinema. No need to go to the movies.
You just bring the movies to you. Makes sense.
Right. But now let's talk about something a little different, something that's not all about luxury.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So you know how it gets super hot in Mumbai?
Yeah, that's a tropical city.
So they had to figure out a way to keep this giant house cool without spending a fortune on air conditioning. And this is where it gets kind of clever.
Okay, I'm listening.
They've got terrace gardens all over the place.
Like rooftop gardens?
Yeah, but not just on the roof. They're on multiple floors throughout the building. Hanging gardens, walls covered in plants.
Interesting. But that sounds more like decoration.
Oh, it's definitely decorative,
Yeah.
but it's also really functional. All those plants help to insulate the building. It's like natural air conditioning.
Wow, so it's eco-friendly too.
Exactly. So they're being fancy, but they're also being smart about it.
I like it. Okay, I'm ready for the top floors now.
Yeah.
Where does the family actually live in this place?
All right, so the very top, the upper 4 to 6 floors, that's where the Ambani family lives.
I can only imagine the view from up there.
Right. Panoramic views of the Arabian Sea and the Mumbai skyline. It must be incredible.
And what about the inside? I bet it's super over the top.
Well, yeah, they have hand-picked antiques, custom-made furniture designed just for them, and artwork from all over the world.
Like a museum, but you live in it.
Exactly. But there's another really important part of Antilia, and it's something a little bit unexpected.
Okay, I'm all ears. What is it?
They have a Hindu temple inside the house.
A temple. A whole temple.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one, too. The Ambani family is very religious, and they wanted to have a place to worship right in their home.
Makes sense. But what's it like?
Well, from what I've read, it's covered in marble, and there are incredibly detailed carvings everywhere. And they have idols of all the major Hindu gods, Krishna, Ganesha, Shiva.
Wow, so it's not just like a little shrine. It's a proper temple.
Right. And they actually use it regularly for worship and prayer. So it's not just for show, it's a real part of their family life.
Okay. I think we've covered pretty much every floor now. Is there anything left?
Oh, we can't forget the roof. That's where things get really crazy.
Crazy how? What's on the roof?
Helipads.
Okay, every billionaire has a helipad. What's the big deal?
Not just one helipad, 3.
3? Why would you need 3 helipads?
I don't know. That's what they've got. And apparently, they actually have all the permits and approvals from the aviation authorities.
So they could legally land 3 helicopters at the same time.
Yep. And get this, they even have their own air traffic control room on the roof.
Seriously, their own air traffic control.
Like a mini airport on top of their house? Pretty wild, right?
Yeah, that's definitely taking it to another level. But all this luxury and craziness, it can't be easy to manage.
You're so right. Think about all the work that must go into keeping this place running.
So how many people does it take to run a place like this?
Over 600 staff members. Full time.
600?
I know. It's mind-blowing. You've got people for maintenance, security, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the gardens, managing the cars. I mean, everything you can think of.
So it's like a small village inside this house.
Exactly. And they even have separate living quarters for the staff on the lower floors. It's like its own little world.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered the cars, the ballroom, the spa, the temple, the helipads, the staff. What else is there to say about Antilia?
Well, one thing that really stands out is the overall design philosophy. It's not just about being luxurious, it's also about being unique.
Unique how?
Well, apparently no two floors in the house are the same. They have different layouts, different materials, different everything.
So it's not just a cookie-cutter mansion.
Not at all. And when we talk about materials, we're talking the best of the best. Rare crystals and marbles, antique wood paneling, custom-made everything. It's all about creating something special and one of a kind.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the amazing stuff in Antilia, but I feel like there's got to be another side to this story.
You're right. This house has definitely caused a lot of controversy.
I can imagine. It's so over the top.
Exactly. And especially in India, there's been a lot of debate about what Antilia represents.
So what are people saying?
Well, some people see it as a really bad thing, like a symbol of everything that's wrong with the world.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right.
All that wealth while so many people are struggling.
Right. It's hard to ignore that contrast, especially in Mumbai, where you have some of the richest people in the world living right next to extreme poverty.
So it highlights inequality.
Exactly. And for a lot of people, it's a reminder of that gap between the haves and the have-nots.
But I bet there are other people who see it differently.
Oh, absolutely. There are plenty of people who see Antilia as a positive thing, like a symbol of success and ambition.
Okay, I can see that too. A self-made billionaire building his dream house. It's like the ultimate rags to riches story.
Right. And for some people, it's a symbol of India's growing economy, like a sign that India is becoming a global power.
So it's like a symbol of national pride.
Kind of, yeah. It's really interesting how one building can mean so many different things to different people.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex issue. No easy answers.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Antilia, it's clear that it's way more than just a house. It's a symbol, it's a statement, it's a reflection of our times.
It's a crazy mix of luxury, technology, culture, and controversy, all packed into one 27-floor building.
Exactly. We've got 168 cars, 3 helipads, a staff of 600. It's like something out of a movie.
And those details, the custom-made everything, the unique design of each floor, it's all about pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
So as we end here, I think the biggest question for our listeners is this. What do you think about Antilia? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? A marvel of engineering or a monument to excess?
And I think the really important thing is to think about the resources and the effort that went into building this place. Could all that money and energy have been used for something else? Something that would benefit more people?
It's a tough question. There's no right or wrong answer, but it's definitely something worth thinking about.
Yeah, because in the end, it's not just about one house. It's about our values. It's about what we choose to prioritize as a society. It's about what we want our world to look like. And that's a conversation we all need to be a part of.